Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week and answer your questions live. Sorry about the delay. I had a bad case of the hiccups that I was trying to fix before we started the show. So here's to hoping I don't start again. Alright guys, before we go to the news, make sure to ask any and all questions you have in the comment section down below. As we do every week, I will answer all questions asked in the comment section down below. So feel free to ask them now, and I'll answer them at the end of the show. Just as a reminder as well, we do have our Patreon giveaway happening this month. So if you have not, check out the description and go to our Patreon page. Donate $1 and you have a chance to win this month's giveaway, which is the Amazon Echo Dot, which retails for $50. Great stocking stuffer or just a great gift for yourself. We are reviewing it right now and comparing against the Google Home. So we will have that reviewed, and then I will ship it to one of you at the beginning of next month. Alright, now let's get to the news that happened during this week, and we have some little bit of news. Not too much, to be honest, this week. It was a rather slower week, as we had some other news happen during the week. And before any of you ask, no, I will not discuss politics unless it has to deal with electronics or ballots or anything like that. I will not discuss politics on the show. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get to the first bit of news, which is the first images of what possibly might be the Galaxy X device. Now, for those of you who have not been keeping up with Project Valley or Galaxy X, this is the first bendable phone that will come to market from Samsung. Now, the whole idea behind this concept is that you can actually get a bendable device and you don't have glass in the phone. You don't have glass, so you can't break it. At least on the front. So it's a really different kind of product altogether. Now, this is a patent that Samsung filed. Does this mean that this will be the concept? We don't know yet. We really don't. There was 3 different concepts on this kind of device. The first one is this one. The second one is a tablet that folds into a phone. And the third one is about the size of a battery pack, a cylindrical battery pack. You push the button and it pops out with the screen. Those are the 3 different types of bendable displays that we have seen concepts of. So with this one, it's basically more just focused on the, if you drop your phone, you don't have to worry because your phone can't break. Now, how does this happen? Well, basically, it's hard and stiff going at the normal setting, but then if you bend it or if it impacts on the ground, it will curl up, really looking like a flip phone if you really think about it, or even kind of like the Surface Book by today's standards. So this is kind of interesting. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. It's an interesting concept. I just don't know how this will really work. I mean, I think it is interesting, the concept of not being able to break your phone. Think about it. You don't need a case, and you don't need a screen protector. You don't need anything. You just need the phone itself. I think that's really interesting. And really, I mean, decals wouldn't even work on this, maybe on the top and bottom, but you couldn't even put something on the middle because it couldn't bend. So yeah, I'm interested in this. Although my big thing is I feel like it won't be a premium material. Maybe they'll go back to that, faux leather that the Note 4 had. But it doesn't look like it couldn't be a glass backing for obvious reasons. And I don't think we would see a metal backing simply because you can't use Samsung Pay with a metal backing, and I would assume they would still want to use Samsung Pay. So let me know what you guys think about this concept and design. What do you guys think about us getting to the point where you cannot break your phone? It's impossible to break your phone, at least by normal means. Let me know in the comment section down below, but it's a very interesting concept. And when Galaxy X is supposed to come out, we heard that it would come out with the next Note, meaning the Note 8, which we assume is in August, but we'll have to wait and see. All right. On other news, the 10th iPhone has exploded. Now, this isn't the iPhone 7 per se. There's been 10 different iPhones that have exploded. I want to say about 4 to 5 of them was iPhone 7, but it's kind of it seems interesting that now we're getting more talk about this. Now, this fell 2 feet and it hit the battery at the right place, and it caused the iPhone to explode. And that was it. So it's really, it's more so just to bring to light that I truly believe, I honestly do. I honestly have believed for a while now that the Note 7 uh, was dismissed too quickly for its explosions, quote unquote. And this kind of just shows us, again, every phone has these issues every once in a while. Is it commonplace? No. Was it even commonplace with the Note 7? I mean, out of 2.5 million, about 50 to catch. Yes, it's more than normal. This is at 10 now, but I just feel like I think it was a bit too brushed off quickly. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, this was an impact of about 2 feet. It hit the ground and it caught fire, and the battery basically swelled up to the point where it shattered the glass. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. All right, in other news, there's a lot of Apple news actually today. The Apple AirPods look like they won't make it till next year. So make sure you check out one, our Gear Icon X review, and two, our upcoming syllable review for these headphones. These are on sale right now, $50. So this should be going up as soon as possible. I believe my editor had a busy weekend, so we weren't able to put it up this weekend, but hopefully we will have it soon up shortly on Monday or Tuesday for you guys, so you guys can see, because these give you almost the same functionality that Apple does, but for $100 normal price and $50 on sale right now. We have the unboxing up for these, so if you wanted to see them, check it out, and I'll give you the pros and cons in our review coming up this week. So yes, we have that. And in other news, this is possibly the biggest news if it's true. Right now it's a rumor, but Apple is working supposedly on the great pinnacle of charging, which is true wireless charging. Now, what do I mean by that? See, we call this wireless charging, right? We call this wireless charging. But really, this is inductive charging. That's what it actually is. It's inductive charging. You need to touch in order to charge. That's what this form of wireless charging is. The other form of wireless charging would be if this would be able to charge this with them not touching at all. That wirelessly they can charge. Apple is currently researching this. Now, this report from BGR says that, maybe we might see it in the next iPhone. To be honest, it's not ready. This technology is just not ready. However, would this be a true game changer? Absolutely. Whoever gets to this first, it would be a big game changer. Now, will this materialize in the new iPhone, which will be called the iPhone X, not the iPhone 8? Again, I just don't see it ready yet. I don't see it ready yet. I don't think there's a chance, honestly, it's ready yet. But it's curious to see, because of the fact that there's going to be waves involved and frequencies involved with this kind of technology. I just don't think we're ready yet until there's a lot of testing to ensure there's not more harm compared to Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would you love your phone to eventually have this? And how soon do you think this technology will come to market? I honestly can see this happening in 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years, possibly, we will have a version of this. However, if you remember how wireless charging works, regular wireless charging, the one that we have right now, it charges a lot slower, so this will even be less so. All right, and I thought I'd show you guys this just to kind of give you an idea about how sales differ between company to company. Samsung in about 10 days sold 2.5 million notes. Apple typically sells on their phablets, their iPhone Pluses. They typically sell anywhere between 5 million and 3 million in their first month. Now, of just the Plus, not both. Obviously, both they're going to sell more, but the lower number tends to sell more. For LG, however, they are seeing a lot of success, but their success comes in a smaller form of 200,000. So it's been released in the US. They have sold over 200,000, and that is roughly in about the same time, 2 weeks. So, given that it is a very successful phone for them, you do have to wonder how much of this sales come from Samsung's loss. I told a friend the other day, he was like, man, the Pixel's really selling. I'm like, you have to wonder, though, how much of this is Google's success and how much of this is the Note's failure. Because I believe if the Note came out, this number would be half. And same with the Pixel, to be honest. I think a lot of the success from both those phones came from the Note's demise. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. One, are you surprised at the difference of this? Again, 2.5 million Note 7s in about 10 days, whereas LG did 200,000 in about 2 weeks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. All right, now let's get to the questions that were emailed to us first, and then we're going to get to the ones in the comment section. So if you guys have any questions, ask it in the comment section now. But first, I'm going to get to the questions that were emailed to me during the week. All right, the first one is from Earl. Earl has tried to catch our live show and asked the question in the chat, but he wasn't able to. So he emailed me, and he came from the first generation Moto G to the Galaxy S5 this year. And he's wondering, his carrier is Verizon, and he's wondering, is there a video or website that shows the junk or unnecessary phone apps that you can safely delete to improve the overall speed of the phone, and that actually would improve the overall battery life too? In terms of apps, I do walk you through a little bit of them in the how to speed up video. So if you go take a look at the S5, how to speed up the Galaxy S5, or you can even take a look at the Galaxy S6, those were roughly about the same in terms of what apps they had starting off with. Go check those videos out and they will help you out on deciding which ones. But mainly, pretty much every Verizon app you can uninstall. Every game, because Verizon likes to bundle crappy games for some reason, every game you can uninstall safely. So those ones you can completely uninstall safely, no problem. In terms of Samsung apps, you can uninstall most of them, but you want to be careful with the specifically Google apps. Google apps, you don't want to delete anything like search. You don't want to delete even certain things like, say, S Voice. I can capture a photo using my voice, saying capture smile or cheese when my camera is launched on my phone. You can do this with the S5, but if you delete S Voice, you can't. So certain functionalities like that, you don't know until you want to use them. So those kind you don't want to delete. But every Verizon app, feel free. Every crappy game that comes preloaded, feel free. Google apps, again, be very careful with those. I wouldn't delete them unless they're like Google Playbooks, Google Newsstand. Feel free to delete those, but other ones I wouldn't touch. Hopefully that helps you out. All right. Jay Kwan asks, is there a VR that fits the LG V10? Well, yeah, there's lots of VRs that fit the LG V10. A lot on Amazon. You could see a lot of third parties make VRs that fit the LG V10. However, is it good or any of them really good? No, unfortunately, the best one would be Google's one. Why can't I think of the name? HomeView or I can't think of Google's VR for a second, but that one would be the best one. Unfortunately, the LG V10 is not certified for it, and probably won't be, to be honest. Maybe the V20 will be, but not the V10. So there's no mainstream one that works for the V10, unfortunately. Even LG's, actually LG should. LG had one for the G5. That might be compatible, but you would have to check. Let's see if a quick search can actually tell us. LG V10 compatible with LG VR. Okay, can it work? No, unfortunately, according to LG's website, only their G5 is compatible with it. That's really horrible that their own doesn't work, but it doesn't look like there's one specifically for it that works. Okay, and Wesley asked, will the S7 Edge get Grace UI or just straight up Android 7.0? Well, luckily we've already seen the preview. I'm actually going to load the beta onto my phone tomorrow. Tomorrow, Samsung pushes the beta out to T-Mobile S7 Edges, so I will begin that process. But we will wait to see how that works out. The beta is going to run till mid-December, and it is a combination of Android 7.0 and the Grace UX. So a lot of the design choices from the Note 7 is going to be on the Grace UX on the S7 Edge. So I'm very excited about that, that we finally got the images from that. I cannot wait to load it on my phone, and I'll do an overview of the Galaxy beta as well. All right. Ask your questions in the comments section down below, and I will start answering them. Google Daydream was the VR headset I was thinking about. Thank you, Trini and Krisha, for letting me know that. Okay, let's get to the questions in the comments section. Hey, what's up, Sean? I will give Efren a hug for you next time I see him. How can I root my Galaxy Note 5? You go to XDA developers, and they have a step-by-step usually on how to root your devices. So that is how you'd want to root your Galaxy Note 5. Just be careful and know that once you root, you have to continuously root in order to update, because no updates will be pushed out to you. Boom shakalaka. Like that reference. Hey Ricky, is there a third-party unlock website that can unlock a Straight Talk Galaxy S6, Walmart? So yeah, I have not tried to specifically unlock Straight Talk, but the website that I use is, what is the website that I use? Cell phone. No, not that one. Dang it, I have to find out where the heck is that one. Okay, so the one that I use, I will show you guys right now. Where'd my screen go? There it is. Okay, so the one that I use is It's not loading it. Okay. Unfortunately, it's having a problem loading this website. I'm not sure what restrictions maybe the website has. It's not letting me show you. But it is cellunlocker.net. So I will post it in the chat right now for you guys so you guys have it. But that is the one that I use and that I would recommend. So there it is. I just put it in the chat. Okay. I thought Apple already had a bendable phone. Ha ha ha. Nice one, Mark. Okay. Guys, I understand if you want to like promote your stuff, but if you like keep posting it, I will block you. So please just don't, go overboard with promoting your own channel here. All right. Saw this also phones that wrap around your wrist. Not sure. The Lenovo was the one that had the one wrapped around your wrist. So they had a phone that went like this, and they curved it around. However, they already said that that would not get past the testing phase. They planned to release that phone, and they canceled it because there were unforeseen issues. Ricky, there is also a Huawei Ascend XT at GoPhone that would be better phone to unlock since it's from AT&T. Deborah, any phones without removable battery can explode or catch fire. Any phones with built-in battery or removable battery can do that too. So even if it's a removable battery doesn't, exemplify it from being able to catch fire. There was plenty of S5s and S4s that caught fire even when the battery wasn't sealed. There's a really misconception that the battery being sealed is what's causing this. No, it's not. Side question: your favorite setup with Kodi? I don't use Kodi that much. I have friends that are completely into Kodi, but I am not that into Kodi. I rarely use it, to be honest. So my friend, he set it up, and I haven't really done it since. So yeah. Should I get the Google Home or the Amazon Echo Dot? We are currently working on our comparison between the two. But at this time, the Amazon Echo Dot is 50 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than Google Home. So you have to take that into account. However, the Amazon Echo Dot, so it's 50 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper. You're saving 130 bucks. Or no, sorry. 80 bucks. It's 80 bucks cheaper than the Google Home. Google Home, however, you can talk very easily to it and it does everything perfectly. So I love that about it. That I don't have to choose my words carefully. I can say them however I want, and it gets it. If you have home automation, I would say Amazon is the way to go right now. However, I feel Google will definitely branch out very quickly, and I think it will ultimately be the better one in the long run. Right now, though, Amazon Echo Dot would probably be the winner. Samsung's battery problems definitely helped Google and LG. Clearly, people are trading in their notes for other phones. Note 4, best one. I think Google was behind the Note's demise. Yes, they had planned it out. I changed all Google app and app secure connections and disabled all Google. I would be careful with disabling Google, but if you know what you're doing, it's fine. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can cause a lot of issues for yourself. Um, Google phones have a promising future. I do agree. The Pixel is a promising start. Do you know what percent of people have returned their Note 7s in the US? 85% had returned it as of last week. However, this past week, we do not know how much that 60% update hit. For those of you who don't know, Samsung pushed out a 60% update, meaning that you cannot charge your battery over 60%, and my wife was pissed. My wife still has her Note 7. She's going to get the blue S7 Edge this Friday at T-Mobile. And so that's what she was waiting for. But she was pissed that Samsung actually forced the update, because if you didn't update it, Samsung forced the update if you had a T-Mobile SIM in there. So she wasn't happy, to say the least, and I heard it from her. And I said, well, babe, they're just trying to protect you. They're trying to make sure that you're not in danger. And she's like, that's bullshit. Nothing is wrong with my phone. I'm like, I cannot confirm nor deny that. But yeah, so it was interesting. But that was 85% as of last week, meaning 850,000 were returned and 150,000 were not. However, I did hear from a couple of friends at different carriers that they have been seeing an influx of Note 7s come this week because of obviously the 60% mandatory push out. So now you can only get 60% of your battery, and that's it. The Note 7 is so great that people know it's not worth $1 and they're willing to pay for it. Yeah? Does anyone have a fix for Google not making a chime sound to let me know when it's listening when I say okay Google? Um Mine just turned on.
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that.
That's fine. But really, I would say just try resetting the app. Clear the data on the app and try resetting it and see if that works. And make sure you have your voice search on and the Google app itself obviously on as well. What's hanging on my wall? That is the YouTube button that you get for having 100,000 subscribers. So that I got a little while back, and I've had it on my wall ever since. You think the iPhone will ever adopt Type C USB, and do you think Apple will ever make a VR headset? I think both of those will eventually happen. I think Apple will eventually adopt Type C USB. I want to say in 2 to 3 years, honestly. I don't think the Lightning is fit much longer, just because of the fact that they've obviously gone completely Type C on their MacBook, so it only makes sense that they would do that as well. Which one is the best camera? Nexus 6P and Pixel XL. Well, I have taken a lot of photos of the Pixel XL this week, and we will have our camera comparison uploaded tomorrow, I believe. But the Pixel XL would beat out the Nexus 6P. However, how will the Pixel XL compete with everything else that we have in the studio? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Galaxy X, is that the new name they might be called? Well, currently right now that's one of the code names, along with Project Valley, of the bendable Galaxy phone. Could it be called Galaxy X? I think it would be very smart to call it Galaxy X, especially since the next iPhone will most likely be called the iPhone X. So it'll be the battle of the X's. That doesn't sound right, but yeah, that is what it would be. Try to sign up for the Galaxy S7 Edge Nougat update, but it says the beta program reached its capacity. Yes, it did say that. Luckily, I signed up for it before then, so hopefully It'll come tomorrow. I actually won't know till tomorrow because tomorrow is T-Mobile's rollout on the 14th. So that's when I'll find out if mine gets theirs. But yes, every other carrier has rolled out already. So if you didn't get it yet for AT&T, Sprint, or Verizon, then you won't get it the official one. However, you can head over to sammobile.com and sideload it if you know how to do it and if you're comfortable with doing that. Is the beta for Android 7.0 will be available for everyone? No, it is not going to be available for everyone. It was limited capacity. So if you didn't get it by now, again, you most likely won't get it, unfortunately. Whoa, we had a bunch of questions just load. If you could only get one phone, would you get the S8 or the Note 8? Oh, easy. The Note 8. Easy. That would just be very easy, right? To be honest. Which phone is your daily driver? Well, this past week I tested out the Pixel XL to be my daily driver, and I can't stick with it. I can't. I really, I have a lot of issues with it. I do. We'll go over those issues on the Pixel XL review, and when we do comparisons. The Pixel XL definitely will work for a lot of people, but for me, it has some serious flaws that I just can't get over for my daily driver. Any news on the Note 8 or S8? Not since last week. We have had news on the S8 for the past 2 weeks, so if you have missed our last 2 episodes, make sure to check out our S8 news because we had news on it last 2 weeks. Do you know if they finished with the beta program or is some error? No, they're not finished with the beta program. The beta program will last for the S7 and S7 Edge on Android Nougat will last till mid-December. At that point, we will either get the official release or the official release will come in January for S7 and S7 Edge. Hi, Ricky. Is there any way to install Android on, let's say, BlackBerry Z10 smartphone or others? I don't believe so because that is not an Android phone. So I would say no. You would have to look it up on XDA Developers website, as I said earlier, when it comes to rooting, but I would say no. Okay, RICKY, what keyboards do you use the most and why? I'm assuming you're not talking about like a physical keyboard like on my computer desk. I'm assuming you're talking about a virtual keyboard, but the virtual keyboard I use is SwiftKey. There is only one good keyboard, and that is SwiftKey. SwiftKey is by far better than every other keyboard. If you think your keyboard is better than SwiftKey, try SwiftKey and you will be corrected because SwiftKey is the best keyboard on any OS, whether it be the iPhone, whether it be Blackberries, whether it be Androids, whether it be Googles, whether it be Samsungs, whether it be LGs. There is no better keyboard than SwiftKey. I'm currently using an iPhone 4 and I want to upgrade to a Galaxy. I don't know if I want the S7 or S7 Edge. Which one should I choose? Well, definitely should wait till Black Friday. We are going to have a special video that I will probably upload tomorrow, giving you the 10 best Black Friday deals. And if you get the S7 or S7 Edge, if you live in the US, you can get it at Best Buy or at Target. You will get a $250 gift card along with the phone and a free VR and free games for the VR. So you're getting about $400 worth of free stuff, a $250 gift card, a $100 VR set, and $50 worth of games, all free for getting the S7 or S7 Edge on Black Friday. So that is an example of one of the great deals that I will make on the top 10 list for 10 best deals for Black Friday. Is there an IR blaster coming back to the S8? I don't believe so. I hope so, but I don't believe so. Ricky, I would like to know if there is a way to delete an old email address in Gmail. I have a lot of old email addresses from places such as Craigslist, and they show when I text or email. I don't believe so in terms of deleting the Gmail account permanently. However, of course, you can either forward those emails if you all want them to go to one central email. I've never tried to delete an email account. That's the thing. I just never tried to. but you can have them forwarded on the, say, for Hotmail. My Hotmail, I never deleted it, but I have everything forwarded from my Hotmail account to my Gmail account. It's something that Gmail allows you to do. It allows you to forward all other emails to this one central email, so you can do that. Have you heard of that sounds familiar, this bracelet. Let me search it really quick. Ah, yes, the bracelet with the built-in projector, so you can kind of touch your skin as if it were a keyboard. I have heard of it. I have not like purchased it or anything. Oops. But it looks like it was on Amazon. It was taken down. I wonder if it's still for sale anywhere else. But yeah, I've heard of it, but I've not used it or at anything such as that. I think it's a great concept. Hey Andrew, I got a question. First, it was the Note 7 blowing up, which I see you still own. What do you think about the Samsung washing machines blowing up, and now what does that mean for the phone? So first of all, they're not blowing up; they're hitting people, and the reason for that is people are idiots. That's what I honestly feel with the Samsung washing machines. If you really read into it, this is what happened. People overloaded the machine, and the drum that spins broke because they overloaded the machine. Then once they overloaded the machine and the drum broke, they kept using it. So as they kept using it, it hit them because you still have a freaking thing spinning really fast and that drum isn't stable now. So it's hitting the machine all the way around, and it then hit the people, and then they got injured. So I feel it's more of a case of McDonald's getting sued for their coffee being hot. For those of you who remember that court case, McDonald's did get sued because their coffee was hot, and the person said, I didn't know the coffee was hot. How was I supposed to know the coffee was hot? And then he got sued for it. And by the way, that guy won. That guy won a lawsuit against McDonald's for the coffee needing to display that it's hot. That's why you always have a label of caution, coffee is hot, on your McDonald's and every other coffee now, because people don't want to get sued. So that's what I feel about it. I didn't feel that it was really an issue of anything else, but that's my opinion. Are you going to review the S3 Frontier, Gear S3 Frontier? Yes, I am. I'm definitely going to review it, and I can't wait to try it out. It's definitely on the top of my list to get. I really want to replace my Gear S2 Classic with that. Best watches. The best smartwatches, I would say, it's hard to tell right now. I'm definitely looking forward to the Gear S3, but it's really, honestly, there's not too many good smartwatches out there from Android right now. We're still waiting on the next generation. And I would get the Series 1 from Apple if you do want to get their Apple Watch. Series 2 is garbage, in my opinion. You want to get the Series 1 if you want to get one at all. I have the S7 Duos with 2 SIMs. I need to uninstall some Google apps. Can I safely do that and not ruin my phone? Well, just be prepared to reinstall them if you do need to. You can go to a place called apkmirror.com to get all of the essential Google apps so that if you delete them, you can reinstall them. But definitely get those before you delete them, in my opinion. What do you expect on the Galaxy Note 8? Don't know, to be honest. I do not know what Samsung will do. I do believe we're going to have an even better camera, better front-facing camera specifically. I do believe we're going to have a longer battery life. I believe, we're going to see a better UI. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Note 7 was amazing. I still miss the display on the Note 7. It was the best display by far. There was no competition. Even the S7 Edge does not have anywhere near as good of a display comparing to it. Which do you prefer, the Amazon Echo or Google Home? Overall, I like the Google Home for its potential, and I like that I don't have to specify my questions so much compared to Amazon Echo. I have to specify it more so. But I'm not going to lie, Google Home is very limited right now in certain aspects. Like I can't do reminders, which I really puzzled by that. You can do alarms, you can do timers, you can even do schedule appointments, but you cannot do reminders, which I really wish I could. You can do shopping list even, but you cannot do reminders. That's a big miss. In terms of a smart home, I got Philips and Samsung Smart Things, so it works with both. But if you had any other light bulb, it doesn't work with them yet. So that's a big miss for Google. Thanks for the answers on the wraparound wrist. Yeah, absolutely. Um, is there any way to pair a Samsung Gear S2 with the iPhone 7 Plus? Absolutely, it'll pair right away. What it won't happen is it's not going to work properly because you don't have the app to make it work properly. Without the app, you're just going to get the notification when someone's calling and notification when you get a text message, and that's about it. But to really be a standalone device, it needs the app, and you can get the app on iPhone. Yet, it was in beta in September and October. No word on when it's going to be official yet, though. Hey Ricky, does Samsung Pay work on the Gear S3 since it only has Bluetooth? Yes, it will work. However, you will need to be connected to your phone. It cannot work by itself, if I'm not mistaken, without it. But I don't have it yet, so I don't want to say it's a definite. Best external mic for shooting videos. Well, the ones that I use are the Blue Yetis. So if you're wondering how I sound and how it's pretty damn clear compared to what I used to have, there are the Blue Yeti mics. Definitely look for them around Black Friday. They tend to be around $100 around that time. It's by far the cheapest you'll get all year round. That is when I bought both of mine last year. So definitely wait till they go on sale. The Blue Yeti microphones, great microphones. If you want to start out, the Blue makes also a Snowball. It's a $50 microphone that's really good. That'll actually be on the best tech gifts for the holidays. I'm going to have a segment of that, kind of giving you guys best tech gifts ideas for any friends that might be techie that you want to buy gifts for the holidays. Do you think that Apple will have a magnetic charging? I believe that's a possibility, but I'm just really curious to see what Apple is going to come out with. I'm really curious to see what their iPhone X is so hyped. So what will they have? I'm very curious. Ricky, have you got the Gear S3 yet? And onward, T-Mobile getting it. T-Mobile is getting it. I'm waiting to get it on T-Mobile and just waiting for that to happen. Love your videos. Thank you. Any way around that 60%? The only way around the 60% is to root your phone. I woke up with the update installing. Yes, my wife had it installing out of her purse and she was pissed. Ricky, any word on getting the S7 Edge Nougat beta program will resume? No word on it yet. Sorry, bunch of new questions just loaded. What is the future of VR? The future of VR, I love the Daydream control, to be honest. I think that's a really cool idea, Wiimote. I can't wait to get it just so I can do the Fantastical Beast. I don't know if it's an app or a demo, but show that to my wife and she's going to go crazy over it because she's going to have a wand and be able to use it. That's crazy. That's great. I love the idea of bringing like a Wiimote to VR. I think that's intuitive, and it's obviously what the PlayStation VR does. So I really like that concept. Overall, I think motion controls is the future of VR because you need to be able to completely immerse yourself, and to immerse yourself, you need your hands. Do you think Samsung is at a major financial loss now that the washing machines are blowing up as well? Are they at a my washing machines don't make too much money. If in terms of margin, like they're not making billions on there, they're making millions. So is it a financial loss? Yeah. Is it anywhere near the Note 7? No. No, not at all. Other than the S8, what's the big phone coming out next year? The big phones coming out next year are S8, iPhone X, the Galaxy Note 8, and the Pixel 2. Those are going to be the big phones next year. Did you get a Nintendo Classic? I honestly did not care for the Nintendo Classic, to be honest. Why? I would more buy a Super Nintendo Classic. That would be me. I would buy a Super Nintendo Classic. The Nintendo Classic, although I did play Nintendo games as a kid, for me that was the end of Nintendo. It was like the end of the NES. When I started getting into video games, I really more got into the Super Nintendo. So I would not get a Nintendo Classic. It's just not me. Plus, I mean, it seems to have a lot of issues. You want to get the Wii controller more than their controller, just simply because of the fact that you can't even have a home button with the NES controller. So I do know about it. I know it very extensively. It's not for me. What is pretty good laptop to get for college? Somewhere between 2000 and brand does not matter. Within $2,000, I mean, you can get pretty much the top of the line laptop. I would probably go for one of the Razors. I'm really a big fan of them. I'm honestly thinking about getting one of those for myself, or a high-end Lenovo as well. Lenovo, I think, has a really good trackpad and keyboard, so they do very well with that. But Razer Stealth. So let's see. So let's put it this way. For $1,599, you can get a 4K display Razer Stealth with a 4K display if you even want that. I would actually probably get the Quad HD display. Never mind. I would not get this. So that's 1,399. And let me tell you the specs. So you have you have the 70% RGB. If you really want the full RGB, then you probably want to go with the 4K display. But you have a 12.5-inch screen, very portable. If you're going for college, I like that a lot. The portability. You have an i7 processor. You have a not good graphics card actually, so it depends. If you're, if you're really doing gaming, then you're gonna want the 15-inch one instead. So let's go to that one, shall we? So I am guessing you're going to want the graphics card if you're paying that much for it. So for that, ooh, let's not go with the Pro though, because that's a 17-inch, and again, you're taking it around school. So I'm guessing you do not want a 17-inch. I would probably want a 15-inch. So let's go with the Razer Blade. Now, the Razer Blade, let's go Quad HD. Ooh, okay. So if we go full HD and we bump it up to a 512 solid state drive, that will give you a NVIDIA 1060 graphics card, which is a really good graphics card with 6 gigs of DDR5 video RAM. So that's really good. Yeah, that's awesome. Look, a 1080p display, 512 RAM, that gives you 2,000. That's for exactly $2,000. If you want a 256 solid state, that's $1799. Gives you a lot of breathing room right there. Either one of those configurations is really good, and that's if you want kind of the best of the best. I really like the Razer Blades. That's just a bit. I'm a big fan of them. So yeah. Are you getting the camera rainbow effect on the Pixel X on the Pixel? Yes, I'm getting the halo effect, not the rainbow effect, because it's not a colorful one. It's just a white It's like a white flare. But yeah, you definitely see it in our low light shot. You'll see it there. Would you choose the S7 or the 6P? I would choose the S7 Edge over the 6P. The 6P between the S7 though, I would kind of go back and forth on. Uh, Ricky, I signed up for the beta for WhatsApp video call feature. How long will this feature be permanently stay? I'm saying be. I'm guessing you mean how long will it take to come live? I'm not sure. Depending on how long WhatsApp is going to want to make it last. I need both SIMs and need the space for my hard drive. Oh, I see. Yeah, you would need to remove some apps for that reason. Best Note 7 alternative. As of right now, I would have to say the S7 Edge after using the Pixel XL for a week. I would say I prefer the S7 Edge. That's my opinion. Ricky, I have an S7 Edge, but I keep looking for a used Note 4 to purchase. Note 4 was my previous phone, and I gave it to my dad. Am I crazy? I missed the 5.7 screen, no homo. No, I mean, look, if you're looking for a Note 4, some carriers even still have it as a like new to used or refurbished or something like that. You really can't find it new anymore. Obviously, you're gonna have to get it used. But yeah, that's what you would have to do. Can a large VR files be moved out of the phone onto the SD card on the S7 Edge? No, Paul. It's one of Samsung's big issues that they have is that you cannot move the VR. You can't move the files yet. It was actually an old woman that sued and won. Yeah, it was a person. I didn't remember if it was a guy or a girl. That was a long time ago. I have LG V10, and my question is, does the camera come with the burst shot, or if it does, how do you find it? Uh, LG does have a burst shot. I forget if you have to go to manual in order to use it. I don't remember the V10 as well. I just don't have it with me anymore, so I don't remember what you had to do to get to that burst shot. Ricky, so agreed. Same with all Samsung products. Take care of them. Um, whoa. Bunch of questions just loaded. Hmm. Uh. Okay, there we go. Where can I go to sideload Android 7.0 on the S7 Edge? You can go to sammobile.com. And they have instructions there on how to do it. Lots of people on Note 7 Rebels on FBI have workaround. Yeah, no, there's lots of definitely people that are keeping the Note 7 and are going to try to root it to get a workaround from it, from the 60%. If I bought a Gear S2 from T-Mobile and I want to use it on another company, how can I do that? And it's a standalone. So you have to disconnect it from T-Mobile, so you have to cancel your service, and it usually takes about 48 hours before you can activate the eSIM again. Sometimes you even have to call them so that they deactivate it, but you just, yeah, it's usually about that. How can Samsung Gear VR be improved? I think it can be improved by having a controller like Daydream has. I think that's a big thing about the Samsung VR. And overall, I would say put a battery pack in it. I would say it should have a battery pack in it. It will make it a little bit heavier, but the fact that it's going to charge your phone will be a lot nicer. Now, how come all of a sudden washing machines are exploding? Come on. I meant to ask camera halo effect. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Kenmore is the worst, especially Elite. I've heard mixed things about Kenmore. What's your feeling on the OnePlus 3 and the upcoming OnePlus 4? OnePlus 3 is one of the best smartphones of the years, to be honest. OnePlus 3 really came around and fixed a lot of their issues that they had. So yeah. Two blown motherboards took apart to fix, only to find out new are just as bad. Oh, I see. On the Kenmores. Wow, that really sucks. The new laptops with full desktop graphics are looking good. Yeah. Is Intel Celeron good for college? Absolutely not. No, not whatsoever. I would never ever recommend getting an Intel Celeron. You start at i3, maybe M3, but you never go lower than that. Intel Celeron, Intel Pentiums are garbage. I don't recommend them for anyone. Is the Alienware Aurora R5 good? Let's see. From Best Buy, it is 1400. Oh, this is a desktop. Let's see. 8 gigs RAM. Let's see. 8 gigs RAM. Dude. No, Dell, I don't want to provide feedback. Wait, it's only an i5 processor? Or at least this is what Dell brought me to. Is this not the right one? Well, you said it was at Best Buy, right? Because the one at Dell's website that it took me to was not that good. It was an i5 processor. For that price, it would be horrible. I don't have a link coming up to it automatically with Best Buy, so I'm not sure how it is over there. But if it has an i7 and at least a graphics card 1070, then that would be good for that price. At least 1070, if not 1080, for that price. Hey Ricky, I can't put big files on the SD card on the S7. Help. Make sure it's formatted properly. What you might want to do is take all your files, put it onto a computer, format the SD card on the phone, and then take all those files and put it back, and that might help you put over 4 gigs of storage on there, and that's what I'm assuming you're having issue with. Hey Ricky, do you know a good phone plan that will let you trade in a new phone every year? The one I'm on does that. T-Mobile or most carriers, if you pay off half the phone, which is after a year, then you get to jump to another phone. I heard some YouTuber who has an iPhone 7 has heard a hissing problem. Is that problem on every iPhone 7? It is on most iPhone 7s. However, there are ones that do not have it, but it is a known issue. It is a known issue. From what I heard, Alex, she got millions for that lawsuit. So I don't think it was just the hospital bills, but I could be wrong. What budget phone would you prefer, the OnePlus 3 or the Honor 8? Hard decision for me. I would actually choose between the OnePlus 3 and the Axon 7. I like the Axon 7 more than the Honor 8 personally. But for me, it would be between the OnePlus 3 and the Axon 7. The Axon 7 has a better sound. However, I believe the OnePlus 3 has a better camera. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years. I think this will be 5 years in February. So yeah. All right, guys. Is there any other questions? Let me know in the comment section down below before I wrap this up. Thank you for those of you who did watch our last week's Doctor Strange review. I didn't get to watch Arrival this weekend. However, I will try to watch it on Tuesday. So look out for that review. And I'm going to do some videos on Star Wars as well as some videos, other videos coming up. And yeah, should be some good videos coming up with that. Ricky, are you going to review the Huawei Honor Note 8? Unfortunately, Huawei has not reached out to me to send me the new Note, so I don't believe so. I would love to review it, but they have not reached out to me to do so. What can I do for memory on the S7? It's only so much you can do. You need both SIMs, so use cloud storage. Google Photos has unlimited photo and video backup, so use that for a lot of your photos and videos to keep those from going too big. And you have to control how many apps you put in. That's honestly it. It's just you have to control how many apps you put in, and you start backing up a lot of your photos and videos. You are leaving yourself without an SD card, so you have to kind of adjust. What's the plan called for trade-in? For it depends on your carrier. For AT&T, it's called the Next Plan. For T-Mobile, it's called the Jump Plan. For Verizon, it's called the Edge Plan, and for Sprint, it's the Lease Plan. So those are the different plans to trade in. The new Apple earphones aren't compatible with anything. They should be. From what I heard, the Apple earphones are going to be compatible with even Android. It's just they're not coming out yet. They're not coming out till next year because they're having a lot of issues with them. Why didn't Apple put Type C on the iPhone? Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant the AirPods, not the earphones, the regular ones that come with it. Yeah, no. Apple really screwed up with that for sure. I wouldn't get those new MacBooks. Honestly, they're probably one of the worst laptops I've seen in a long time. Yeah, you're using dongles galore. I just can't believe that. Steve Jobs would have rolled over in his grave. It was horrible. What can I do to make the Gear S2 feel like new? Do different things in terms of what apps you install in it and what things you have on it. I update mine to have different watch faces every once in a while, just for it to feel new. So I like that. Like I'm gonna put some Christmas ones on there starting next week, so I'll have those. Is there an affordable 3D VR camera? There is some ones for around 200 or 250, but really from everything I've seen, the Gear 360 seems to be the best one, although it's 350. So maybe it'll be on sale for at least $299 during the holidays. But it's better to get a good one than to have one that's just going to be crappy quality. Well, I hear the camera on the Honor 8 is similar to the P9 camera, which is sick. The OnePlus and Axon really can't compete in that section, right? The Honor 8, in terms of camera, is it identical to the P9? It's pretty similar, but in terms of different areas, so low light, the Honor 8 will do a bit better. However, in daytime, the colors seem to be a bit off. Again, I have not used any of these personally, but just everything I've seen compared and everything I've seen contrasted, that is what I've gotten from it. When will the new Final Fantasy VII come out? Next year, we're hoping, but we have no way of telling yet. Hoping next year. If there is one game that I will call out of work for up to a week, it's the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will call it like that. What if it comes out on a Tuesday through Friday, I'm out of work. That's all I'm doing that week. There's no question to that for me. Final Fantasy VII is the first game that, not the first game, but definitely the biggest RPG I ever fell in love with. All right, guys. I think we will call that a show. But yeah, is there any other questions you guys have? Make sure to email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and hopefully I'll answer them next week. Thank you guys as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you give that thumbs up down below. And yeah, I will definitely try to put more content up this week. We do have the big showdown between the Pixel XL, the S7 Edge, and the iPhone 7 Plus, as well as we're going to do another camera comparison and see which one was the best camera, the Note 7 or the Pixel XL. So stay tuned for that. Thank you as always for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Please give that thumbs up down below. It has been RICKY, the Android Guy.